10-foot tall giant? All right. Now that one's gotta be a joke. Right,
Gotta be a joke. I thought he was leading me to the luxury foods warehouse, but I guess not. I'm leading myself.
That elevator needs a key, Mr. York.
Do you have one?
Actually, no. I didn't think you'd ever want to go down there. So I didn't bother to go and get one.
Nice.
Well, then would you go and get one now?
Yeah. COG, I know.
Yeah, you know me.
Tell it to him straight. Thing is, Mr. York, you know the Clarksons, the folks who own this place.
Mm-hmm.
They don't too much like the police.
I'm shocked.
And they sure as hell don't like them when they're my color. It was, real hard for me to get permission to open up this place for you to search through. So they ain't gonna be too happy if I go back to them now, asking for another key.
What should we do then?
Let's just find a worker here who can lower the elevator for us instead. All they need to do is take a break from their work for a couple minutes.
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand here and pretend like nothing's happening?
Yeah, you FBI folks are good at that, right?
Oh.
That's always what I see you doing on TV.
Fire the elevator key. Pretty sure that it... What is this? Bullfrog leg. Nope, can't get through there.
Zach, I better check back here
Oh.
as well, just to be on the safe side.
Skip the first line. Okay. So apparently this worker trapped himself inside of here. Alligator gar tail. Catfish tail. We're just stealing stuff right out of this warehouse. Okay, apparently I can't move it to the side. I can't move it the other way. Oh, okay, there we go. I just noticed the wheels on the bottom of this cart are facing the other way. They're not facing the right way, so you're just like sliding the cart sideways on the wheels. Oh, okay. Push this one back. And then we can move this cart. Big brain. Jeez. And then there's a worker in here. So there's a worker in here, right? So that means all of these carts were just like trapping him in this little side office room.
Zach, the human ability to adapt is a frightening thing. Some humans have the power to sleep anywhere as long as they set their minds to it.
Thank
Now
God
we
he
should
just
be
happened
able
to have the
operate
key.
the elevator. No need to worry. This facility no longer has a body to steal. What else do they have to lose? A few cans of crawfish? I feel bad for him, but it's for the sake of the investigation. I'll write him a letter of apology later.
After he gets fired and I ruin his livelihood. But it's gonna be the nicest letter I've ever written.
Mr. York, did you find a key? Ha, now
Sure did.
That's my special agent. There ain't no stopping you. Want to head straight down?
You bet. Let's sally forth, Melvin.
Sally forth. Indeed.
Zach, look at that thermometer. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 17.7 degrees
Our
Celsius.
ambiguous zero.
This is the ambiguous zero.
Hey, Avery! Can you hear me? Open the damn door, Avery! It ain't no use, Mr. York. Once Avery starts working on something, that's all he sees. He just tunes out everything else. We'll have to wait until he finishes and comes out to us, I reckon. Or we could come back tomorrow.
I disagree, Melvin. Time may be on our side, but that doesn't mean we should waste it. You gave me Mr. Alligator precisely for moments like these, didn't you?
So clearly I need to just shoot Avery.
Wait, Mr. York!
I'll get him in the leg, it'll be
Those
fine.
tranquilizers may be non-lethal, but it's still dangerous to use them on humans.
I thought they were rubber bullets. So which is it, rubber bullets or tranquilizers?
Melvin. I never said I was going to shoot him.
You're gonna shoot some meat to get his attention.
That's a big alligator head.
I'm right, ain't I?
Down the meat. Get his attention. Oh shit. It actually let me shoot him. I didn't think it would let me shoot him. My bad. Oh, it charged me $100 for that too. Twice, because I shot him twice. Oh, man. Oh. Huh?
This is Mr. York, an agent from the FBI.
Hi, Avery. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
York, you a smarty pants?
This dude's like 10 feet tall, so Avery Smith.
He's shyer than he looks. Come on, just settle down, Avery. Tell him what this here place is for.
Lots of expensive food here. Yup. Mighty precious to the Clarksons, so I gotta guard it.
I see. So you're this area's keeper.
Oh, I help with the research too. I do like research.
Research? What are you talking about, Avery? This doesn't look like a lab to me.
Oh, ain't no lab. It's a warehouse. Ain't no lab. Smarty pants scientist does the research. I ain't no smarty pants, you know.
He's a bit slow in the mind, but he ain't a bad guy. Oh. Your story about the giant who carried Lisa out. Don't tell me you think it's him. I mean, it's true that he's free to come and go as he pleases in this warehouse.
Know any other 10-foot tall guys around here?
No, as far as I can tell, he's just a bit over 6'5". The one who moved Lisa's body must be at least 10 feet tall. He's clearly too short.
Too short, huh? Well, if you ever happen to find a man who makes him look small, I'd sure like to meet him.
Lise.
Hey, cut it out!
Lise. Why?
Avery,
Oh, that's not
Lise.
suspicious at all.
Not Lise?
This is Melvin's daughter, and my precious assistant. Unfortunately, Elise is no longer with us.
Lise. Lise.
Okay.
My fault. My fault.
We're sure this guy didn't kill her?
I guess he's sort of like Lise, you know?
You don't say.
The poor fella's got himself a childlike mind. You know how normal kids tease other kids in order to get attention? Well, with this big lug, sometimes folks who don't know him too well see something and end up calling the police. But I know that deep down, he's got a good heart. Hey, Mr. York, I'll keep him busy, but I'd appreciate it if you'd hurry this particular inspection along. Just holler at me if you find anything. I reckon that'll make it easier for you to go do your thing, yeah?
Melvin, I think you're finally starting to catch on.
Shoot. Okay, yep. Shoot down the meat. We did that. Find the flying serpent in the luxury foods warehouse. Catfish tail.
There are torn off claws and legs scattered all over the ground. I doubt they'll fly anytime soon. I can't tell which ones are from crawfish and which parts are from shrimp. How about you, Zach? And Dewey. Now here's some real Cajun cuisine.
And Dewey?
These sausages are linked up, they almost look like a serpent. But it's hard to imagine them flying. Let's move on, Zach. Cans of Holy Trinity paste. Onions, bell peppers, and celery. The absolute basics for any Cajun dish. This product combines them all into some sort of paste. People actually buy this garbage? Even the name sounds idiotic. Zach, I just made an eternal promise with myself.
To never buy this paste.
If I ever happen to come across any food prepared with this paste, I vow to never call it Cajun food.
Alligator gar scale.
Frozen oysters.
Ugh.
Personally, I'd rather have a cocktail filled with fresh ones. We hunt for more materials than we can eat and freeze them over long periods of time. The human race gives terror a whole new meaning. Hung alligators. I suppose in a way they sort of look like flying serpents. But that's pushing it. Remember, we're in a dark basement here. They'll never reach the sky.
Unless warehouse explodes.
Avery, this box looks special.
Clarkson food,
Mm-hmm.
for their home.
Melvin, is this the Clarksons' family crest?
Oh, the dragonfly?
Flying serpent.
Yeah, that's the Clarksons'
Dragon.
mark, all right. Ain't no big deal, though. You can find those all over town.
Is that so?
Well, yeah. They pretty much run all of this town's major industries. Yeah, I do believe they own just about everything there is to own. So their word is law. They got the whole darn town tattooed with their dragonflies. Can't even walk a few steps without seeing one.
Zach, this dragonfly is our flying serpent. The flying serpent owns this town. They're related to Lise Clarkson, our victim.
Yep.
And Hungan's oracle pointed us toward their family crest. The Clarksons must be deeply intertwined with this case.
Well, I mean, it is their daughter /
Melvin,
granddaughter.
I think I've had enough of this frozen world.
Usually people
get
get
back
killed by
out
people they know,
to the
so.
sun. Well, what are you waiting for? I can't bear to spend another second down here.
And Avery is tall, isn't he? Loading screen of doom. Will we be successful? Yes. We're okay.
Whew. So, what do we do now, Mr. York?
Zach and I will take things from here.
Then what should I do?
Tend to your sick wife? I don't know. You're free to do as you please. I'll stop by the sheriff's office when I need your help again.
I suppose that's what I'll do then. It'll sure make Candy happy. But I am the sheriff of this town, so I do intend to get some work done. I know. How about I search for Lisa's body while you're busy?
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, do the bare basics of your job. Not
Just
a bad
be
idea.
careful that you don't get attacked by a barefooted giant.
Hey, don't scare me like that. Why do you keep talking about that giant anyway? You really think some giant was responsible for all this?
Melvin, don't be silly. Of course I do.
Of course.
I thought you were
The only
starting to catch
explanation.
on. Disappointing, to say the least.
But how can you be so sure? I want to see some proof.
Proof number 1. The footprints that led up to where Lisa's body originally was were made with bare feet. None of the prints looked similar to those of common insulated boots, and the arches of the feet were visible. The person who carried out Lisa's body must have had very large feet. I'd say they were at least 16 inches.
Thanks.
Proof number 2. I found fingerprints on the cord of one of the hanging lights in the warehouse. The fingerprints weren't aimed up from below. They were coming directly from the side. Clearly, the giant moved the light because it was in his way. He pinched the cord with his fingers. Proof number 3. There was nothing else found in the vicinity where Lisa's body was stored. This means the giant carried her out without dragging her across the floor. But there's only one set of footprints. The only conclusion I can draw from this evidence is that a barefooted giant standing over 10 feet tall carried Lisa's body out. That concludes the entirety of my proof. Any objections, Melvin?
But there ain't no way a human could ever be that tall.
Have you seen every human alive with your own eyes? Well then, you need to forget all your preconceived notions when embarking on an investigation. Whether you come face to face with a 10-foot giant or a skeletal gentleman, you always need to accept everything that comes to you with a clear mind. Do that, and eventually the truth will reveal itself to you. You're a smart kid, I'm sure you understand.
Well, I'll be damned. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Mr. FBI Special Agent, sir.
You being condescending? I can't tell.
A sharp eye and flawless observational skills. Uncovering the truth with a heady intuition.
God.
I won't ever question you again. Heck, I'll do whatever you say.
That's it, Melvin. I'm glad you finally caught on. Okay, time to go.
Blind obedience. I like it.
You know this town well, so I'd like you to accompany me from now on.
Patty?
Yeah, she's more reliable than you. Find the flying serpent.
Zach, we found the flying serpent. Now we simply need to locate the 10 maidens.
Which we already did. We just have to...
It's time to head on to Alexis's diner and lane.
We have to plant the stupid thing when she's asleep. Or when she's at home, right? So, what did it say? 22:30 and 6. I think we can go up to her house, but we can't do anything yet. Look at that speed.
Hey, Zach, it looks like we were right on the money. Tracing the San Rouge distribution route led us right to Louisiana. You know what that means. We've got a hot hand, and Lady Luck's given us far more favor than she ever has before. We just happened to hear news about Lisa's murder while sitting in a bar during our vacation in New Orleans. That certainly wouldn't have happened if we had stayed in D.C. They would have given the case to another special agent, or maybe even to the state, and then we never would have found it. In the end, it would have been shut up in that vast, desolate evidence vault along with all the other cases, marked by nothing but a first-degree murder tag, buried in a soggy grave at the bottom of a sea of data. That would have been its fate. Instead, it traveled from person to person until it finally fell right into our lap. Things always work out that way for us. We've traveled all over the United States trying to track down San Rouge. We can't let this chance pass us by, can we, Zach? We need to find some sort of clue before this southern sun melts it all away.
I remember he used to just speak on his own, and you couldn't like turn it off, and he says like the same voice lines all the time. So it would be like every time you got on the skateboard, you would just hear him say the same stuff over and over again. You do anything at this place yet? Clearly a skateboard shop. Looks like we cannot. Oh god, she even has bowling pin hedges. Lost Lamb. Ukare Evangelical Church. Anybody home?
Looks like a case of bad timing, Zach. Let's come back later.
Nobody home.
Bad timing, Zach. We need to place the figurine in front of her house when she's home. Let's come back later.
Okay. So I guess that means we just go back to the hotel. Sleep. Well, wait. Might have... Look at the dog. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy who is the most non-reactive dog ever? Huh? Is it you? Is it you? I need to kill 12 hours too. I have some cigarettes on me, right? They slowly pass the time though, so they just make it speed up. Cute. I should have bought some when I was at the hotel, right? It's right over here though, we can just... I forgot cigarettes pass the time too. Unless there's some maybe in the vending machine? Nah. Nope. And the worst part is, we're gonna have to pass time so that we can place the statue there. Then we're gonna have to pass time again so that it'll be daytime out so that the diner will be open. Buy some cigarettes and stuff while we're here too.
We always strive to provide our guest with the finest of service, sir. Our humble, bucolic town does have its inconveniences. Shopping, in particular, can be a bit of a slog. Therefore, we decided to provide a modest selection of daily necessities right here at our very own front desk.
Great. Sounds convenient.
Exactly.
Okay, bye. Got first aid kits, coffee, cigarettes. Oh, that actually makes time go by slower. Yeah, we don't want that. We want heavy cigarettes. I'll take 5 packs of them. I think that's really all we need, right?
Please don't hesitate to let me know if you're in need of anything, sir.
Would you mind if I asked you just one question, concierge?
By all means, please ask me whatever you like, sir.
Do you run this entire hotel all on your own? I mean, just the 3 of you?
Yes, that is correct, sir.
So you, or the 3 of you, own the entire place?
Oh, heavens no, sir. The chef, the bellboy, and myself are all mere employees of this fine hotel.
So the Clarksons own this place, too?
Not quite, sir. This hotel opened its doors long before the Clarksons came to prominence.
Impressive. No wonder this building has such a dignified air to it.
Indeed. This is probably the only building in all of Lucare that has managed to retain its original appearance.
So, who's the owner? I simply must know the name of the person who had the fortune and sense to come into possession of such a fine building.
The owner of this hotel is none other than David Jawara, sir.
Of course it is.
That's the 4th David. It all makes sense now. It'd be stranger if only the owner was a completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
I sincerely hope I get a chance to meet him during my stay here.
If I may, Mr. Morgan, sir, I don't think that's such a good idea.
Why is that?
Unfortunately, our owner has a bit of a personality problem.
You don't say.
The 3 of us here describe him as having a fractured mind.
And then abruptly ends the conversation. All right. Better save it. I don't have any charms or anything yet.
King size, made in France. It looks soft enough to alleviate all our exhaustion. Zach, even though the Bureau is paying for this, it's still tiring to have to live out of hotel rooms day after day. Nothing beats getting a good night's sleep in your own room.
Okay, I need to wake up 22. And then I think this lowers your hunger too. Night has fallen, so Patricia went home. Even though she wasn't here anyway. Oh, they charge you for sleeping. Oh, wait, it charges you every day, doesn't it? So how much money do I have left? Does it... Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I'm sure I can just kill some animals and sell their parts or something. The shower's broken. Oh, no. Death ship. Don't know that one. Nazi torture ship that turned into a ghost ship. Ah. That's charming. I like how randomly this just isn't voiced anymore. I forgot that fixing the shower is a fucking side quest. Alright, so we need to go back and place the thing. Do we need to eat? Probably not, but... Oh yeah, kinda do, actually. Let's just... Look at that. Oh yeah. Filled her right up. That's good enough. Because I'm gonna have to sleep again anyway, so we'll eat like an actual whole meal to fill it up all the way or whatever after that. That's what's really terrifying, is whether or not the game's gonna load. My god. Is this the one? Up, up, nope, there it goes. Thought I needed to turn, but I was very wrong.
So, what do you think of him? Yes, I'm talking about him. Unga.
Unga.
Is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe? Or does he merely exist outside the realms of either? Still too early to tell. But it's clear that he'll be the key to uncovering this case's mysteries. That's what my soul tells me. By the way, Zach, Hungan feels very familiar to me. You might even say he reminds me of someone. Yes, I think I see the connection now. A cheerful, wise, yet also mysterious African-American who appeared in a variety of different films. My mind must be overlapping him with the skeletal gentleman. Do you remember his name? Ah, yes, that's it.
Scatman Crothers.
In 1980,
He used to say this line constantly.
And in 1983, he was in the Twilight Zone. He played the man who invited all those elderly folks into a strange new world. I knew it, Zach. There's definitely a connection here, but he's a bit too old. Scatman's more of a sage character.
Scatman Crothers. He would say that line. It was like the most popular one, at least when I played the first time. And I'd have to listen to it because you just couldn't avoid it.
Yes. Perfect.
Perfect. Look at that alligator.
Oh, my dear.
Standing there all dapper.
Lamb, what are you doing there?
Oh boy.
This is all part of the Lise Clarkson murder investigation.
Something important, hmm?
Oh yes, very important. I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please call me York. That's what everyone calls me. But what should I call you?
I'm Tyrone Sanders, pastor of the Lucare Evangelical Church.
Great. Tyrone Sanders.
And what business does a pastor like yourself have in a place like this?
Well, I live over across the way there.
Do you have an intimate relationship with Mrs. Carpenter?
Why in the world would you suggest such a pitiful thing? Lordy, lordy. How could I ever become intimate with one who is so devoid of faith? After she lost her husband, she stopped coming to church. All she does all day is bowl. She even pruned the shrubbery in that pitiful fashion. Yes, truly pitiful.
It is pretty ridiculous.
And did you see that hideous ox of a dog she owns? Pitiful.
Ox of a dog?
I tried
Poodle.
speaking with her, but she shows no intention of changing her ways. Yes, I fear she never lends an ear when the good Lord reaches out to her. Indeed, I pity her from the bottom of my heart.
So you've been spying on her out of pity?
Spying? I'm merely awaiting the chance to lend her a helping hand. You'd best be careful, too. This town harbors much more danger than you're aware of. If you ever find yourself in need of salvation, feel free to stop by our church whenever you like. Our church also functions as a clinic. Someday, you may need our help.
Zach, did you hear that? Pitiful. Try saying that to someone in the city. They'd instantly slap you with slander or defamation charges. You'd be up to your neck in court papers. I doubt I'll tire of this town anytime soon. We should consider stopping by that church whenever we get a chance.
Yeah, sounds great. Okay, we gotta go back to the diner. When it's open. Oh, I unlocked the church. In this game, time is a flat circle. It always continues to pass. Passing time may affect certain events and whether or not you can enter certain areas. If you can't wait for a facility to open up, try sleeping in a bed, camping, or smoking. Okay, so does it say on the map? It does. Monday through Saturday, 8 to 2. 5 to 10. So I can't get in there until 8. Okay. Sounds good. So we'll just head on back to the hotel, I guess.
Did you notice it yet? The streets in New Orleans were a mess. All busted up and undergoing maintenance. The city was built on a swamp, so the ground is soft. All it takes is some heavy rain to cave it all in. There were also a lot of places where large tree roots were pushing up parts of the asphalt and the sidewalk. Those bumps were dangerous even when we still had our car, remember? But this town is different. The streets are all paved so cleanly that we can skate along them without a care in the world. And there's hardly any trash or graffiti to be found anywhere. The Clarksons truly do control this place, for better or worse. It's a good example of how allowing certain people to rise to power can have positive effects as well. Also, don't you find that Southern people are remarkably friendly, even to total strangers? Both here and in New Orleans, I've been amazed at how cordial everyone is. Is it just the way things are down here? You certainly don't see that sort of thing in New York or D.C. They never stop to chit-chat, especially when ordering food. They only say what's necessary, without any decoration. A customer only makes eye contact with the waiter about once every 3 times they interact. But that's just how it is. Isn't that right, Zach? The human relationships here are as fluid as an inorganic mechanism running on the smoothest, purest oil there is. And it feels strangely comfortable. After spending time in New Orleans and coming here, I think I'm starting to like the Southern disposition. They even have their own breed of bizarre crimes. And besides, the New Orleans area is famous for its paranormal culture. I'm sure it'll entertain us somehow. It's still a bit of a ways off, but perhaps we can also do a little case study for our post-retirement plan. What, you still think it's too early for that? I wouldn't say so. It's never too early to be prepared. Come on, I know you're with me on this one, Zach.
Ghost hunting York. Another loading screen of doom. Tree. Red tree. Oh yeah, we can talk to this guy about the shower being busted, right?
Mr. Morgan, sir, how may I be of service?
Yeah, my shower's broke. Fix it. Next week? So he pretty much told me, fix it. Fix it yourself. Zach, is this a nightmare? And this is pretty much the side quests in this game. There's the pipe. Okay, so oh, the shower's still broken. Okay. That is fine. So need to wake up at 8. As time passes, you'll get hungrier, which will eventually start to decrease your max life. When your stomach is empty, your life will deplete. Go to restaurants or eat to refill your health. Well, I guess I'm going to a restaurant anyway, right? So I can just eat there. Skateboard just barrels right through shrubs. It don't give a fuck.